So we are now at letter Lam.
Mhm.
We've seen here rules of Tajweed condensed into chapter for Noon, chapter
Mhm.
for Meme. Now we're on chapter for Lam.
Yep.
We're going to see chapter for Ra.
Mhm.
Then we're going to see chapter for, I'm not sure which order at the moment. Then we're going to see chapter for Idgham and chapter
Mhm.
for Med. I think
Yep.
Idgham comes before Med.
Mhm.
We're going to see chapter for Idgham, then chapter for Med. Let's see the navigation plane here. Chapter of Ra, then merging, Idgham, then Med,
Yep.
and then the conclusion.
No.
All right.
Inshallah.
So the author says, after speaking specifically about the Noon Sakina, then the Meme Sakina, we move to talk specifically about the Lam Sakina.
Mhm.
The Lam of Al, the definite article in the Quran is Al,
And-
and it is also called Al Alif wal Lam. Yes. And there's other names for it too. Some call it Lamb only, just Lamb.
Uh-huh.
The whole thing. Yani, not the whole thing. What there some say is, and these are the grammarians, not the Qurra.
Right.
Talk about the grammarians, not the Qurra. They say the definite article is the lamb only, just the lamb. And the Hamza is there so you can start with it.
Okay.
Because they say this lamb has sukoon on it. Yeah,
Mhm.
according to them, the definite article in Arabic language was put forth as a lamb sakina merely.
Right.
But you cannot start a word with a sukoon in Arabic language.
Yep.
So you must summon a haraka to be able to
Mhm.
start.
Mhm.
And so the Hamza in Al is just a Hamzatul Wasl
Mhm.
that we summoned for its haraka.
Yep.
So according to them, the definite article is lamb only. According
Mhm.
to others, the definite article, it's both of them, Hamza and lamb.
Yep.
And those who said it's both of them, Hamza and lamb, they differed about its name. So some
Mhm.
of them said the name of this harf is al. And some of
Mhm.
them said the name of this harf is al alif wal lam.
Mhm.
Okay. Being the definite article, it falls only in a noun. Yani only falls only in or on, yani prefixed to, I want to say that,
Mhm.
prefixed to yani, an ism, prefixed to an
Yep.
ism, a noun. And it can be before any of the letters other than alif lam.
No.
But instead of alif lam, we're going to be talking about hamza. Still 28 letters. This
Yep.
lamb still going to come in front of 28 letters. Alif is not one of them. Rather, hamza is one of them.
Mhm.
28 letters. Lamb also being one of them. So this the L of the lamb of L comes in front
Mhm.
of a lamb.
Yep.
And it comes in front of other letters. So a combination of, or a total of 28 letters.
Mhm.
And we're going to see 14 of them are sun letters and 14 of them are moon letters. So go split down the middle.
Yep.
This lamb sakina of L has two cases when falling before the letters. Ilhar and idgham. Yes. So then, yani, if we wanted to look at some of the cases of tajweed from another perspective, see how
Yep.
we went through chapter of noon, chapter of meme. Now we're on chapter of lamb, etc. We're going to go to chapter of ra. So if we want, we can do different way. We can look at chapter of ilhal.
Mhm.
And we're going to look at all the cases of noon sakina, meme sakina, lamb sakina, for example. All of
Right.
those together under Ilham. All the case of Idgham, then we're going to see what's there from
Right.
chapter of Noon, chapter of Meme, chapter of Lam, or any other case there.
Mm-hmm.
Idgham does have its own chapter, actually, though.
Yep.
Ilham is the one doesn't have its own chapter, not here,
Mhm.
but Idgham does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to first talk about Lamul Qamar,
القمر.
Al-Jumzuriyyah. And it's on the wrong side there. Bismillah. Al-Jumzuriyyah, rahimahullah, he said, Bismillah. He said, Lilami al-halani qabla al-ahrufi.
Mhm.
أولاهما إظهارها فلتعرفي قبل 4 مع 10 خذ علمه. Here, this should be not Hamzatul Qata'.
Mhm.
It is originally Hamzatul Qata', but for the
Right.
sake of the poetry, it needs to be Hamzatul Wasl
Uh,
so that we don't break the beat. قبل 4 مع 10 خذ علمه من ابغ حجك وخف عقيمه.
mhm.
The Lam of Al has 2 cases before the letters, before all
Mhm.
letters. Not Alif though, but Hamza.
Mhm.
أولاهما إظهارها, the first of them, the first of the 2.
Mhm.
The first of them, yani, the first of the 2.
Mhm.
أولاهما. The first of the 2 is إظهارها, pronouncing it clearly, manifesting it.
Mhm.
فَلْتَعْرِفِي. So, no, that's filler.
Mhm.
قَبْلَ 4. That is the case if it falls before, excuse me, قَبْلَ 4 مع 10.
Mhm.
That is the case if it falls before 14 letters. Yani
Mhm.
before 4 with 10.
Right.
That is the case if it falls before 4 with 10.
Mhm.
We're just adding these words. That is the case just
Yeah.
for clarity. So
Mhm.
before 4 with 10, خُذْ عِلْمَهُ, take its knowledge. Take the knowledge of that from the mnemonic device. Min, the mnemonic device, ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه.
قيمة.
ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. So from the acronym ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه.
Mhm.
But this formula here, or this mnemonic device here, is disputable
Right.
because it contains a hamzatul wasl.
Mhm.
It should contain a hamzatul qata', not a hamzatul wasl.
Right.
Some scholars have offered a different mnemonic device than this one, but I don't have it recorded here. I'll have to find it.
Mhm.
One of our professors actually, he passed away though, rahimahullah ta'ala. He said that he had devised something in this regard just for the sake of yani, just for tackling this issue of this hamzatul wasl right here. Ibghi.
يبغي.
Because if it's really hamzatul wasl, that means it only appears in the beginning of a word. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's true because al is going to be a prefixing to the front of the word, but you're not going to say that.
No.
You're going to skip right through it.
Mhm.
Like take the word istighfar. The
Still.
right way is to say al-istighfar, not
Yes.
al-istighfar,
Uh-huh.
al-istighfar.
Best.
Or take the word ibn. The right way is not to say al-ibn, It's to say alibin.
Given.
And that
Okay.
really what's happening is that the kasra on that hamza is being relocated to the lam
Yes.
so that we can flow right through the hamza.
No.
So for that reason, this here is, as they say, fihi nazar. This needs to be checked. This is disputable.
Right.
But this is what the author offered, and this is famous too, but not free of criticism. The first of those two cases, which must necessarily be done, is wajib. Both of these cases is wajib.
Right.
This idgham of the lamb into the harf shamsi, and the
Mhm.
ilhar of the lamb before the harf qamari is
Yeah.
wajib. And both of them is wajib. In the first of these cases, it's wajib, and it is merely pronouncing the lamb clearly, manifesting it. That is going to be the case for the lamb if it comes before the 14 letters of the aforementioned mnemonic device. Inshallah, I'll go in there and fix this term here.
Mhm.
And they are the alif, meaning the hamza.
Mhm.
But it's going to be hamzatul qata'. This deserves a footnote here, just to explain what we already talked about.
Yeah.
But I won't put it now.
Okay.
Let me just highlight it to remind myself, inshallah.
Sure.
The ba with a single dot.
Mhm.
The ghain with a dot. The ha
Mhm.
without a dot. The
Mhm.
jim, the kaf, the waw, the kha with a dot atop. The fa, the ain without a dot. The qaf, the ya with two dots beneath the meme and the ha.
Mhm.
Examples are as follows.
Yeah.
Al-ayat,
Mhm.
al-basir,
Mhm.
al-ghafur, al-halim, al-jalil, al-karim, al-wadud, al-khaliq, al-fattah, al-alim, al-qadir, al-yaqin, al-malik, al-huda. And the meaning of that aforementioned statement, which one should memorize if he wants to be a proficient student of Tajweed, is endeavor to perform your Hajj without committing any sexual intercourse throughout it and without any major sin or any quarrel.
Mhm.
And the Lamb of Ash-Shams. So the first one is the Lamb of Al-Qamar,
Mhm.
the Lamb of Al-Qamar, and now the Lamb of Ash-Shams.
Mhm.
The second of those two judgments is merging the Lam of El into one of the 14 remaining letters, thus making the total of Arabic letters 28
Mhm.
in number. I don't think we need the word in number though.
Mhm.
And whoever said there are 29 letters, that was by differentiating between the alif and the hamza.
Yeah.
Al-Jumzuriyyah said ثانيهما إدغامها في أربع وعشرة أيضا ورمزها فعي. The second is the second case is merging it into 14 letters.
Mhm.
ثانيهما يعني the second of the two.
Yeah.
إدغامها is merging it. في أربع وعشرة into 4 and 20 يعني 14 letters. أيضا also يعني like the number of letters in the first case.
Uh-huh.
وَرَمْزُهَا and the signal to those letters is fa'i يعني memorize it.
Yeah.
Memorize the signal to those 14 letters.
Mhm.
So here and here. This word memorize. and memorize the signal for those letters. And then it says, it is in the first letter of each word in the coming line of poetry.
Right.
How about this goes into a footnote here.
Mm-hmm.
And the signal to those letters, and memorize the signal to those letters. Footnote right here.
No.
That's odd. The cursor doesn't want to go
On the other side.
on the other side here. MashaAllah. That's ajib. Oh, okay. I see. Sorry about that.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. So we're going to say the signal is the first letter of each word in the coming
Yep.
line of poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives it.
Yep.
طب ثم صير رحما تفز ضف ذا نعم دعس أظن زر شريفا للكرم
الكرم.
مستفعل 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 طب ثم صير رحما تفز ضف ذا نعم دع سوء ظن زر شريفا للكرم.
Mm-hmm.
Did we put the meaning down here too? The meaning, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Those 14 letters are the tha without a dot, and the tha with 3 dots,
Yep.
sad without a dot, ra without a dot, ta with 2 dots atop, dad, and the dhal, both of which have a dot.
Yep.
The noon, the dal, the seen, yani dal and seen, both of which do not have a dot.
Yep.
And the law with the raised tail like a scorpion. That's how they describe the law and the law.
Yeah.
With a raised tail like a scorpion. What do we have in the footnote here? This is the literal meaning of their describing the law as mushala.
Mushahada.
The zay, the sheen with the dots, and the lamb.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, one does not pronounce the lamb of al, for it will be merged into the letter after it, and therefore that subsequent letter will have a shaddah.
Mm-hmm.
Examples are such as al. So, yani, I want to bring more attention here to the point here. الطامة
Mm-hmm.
الثواب and الصادقين and الراكعين and التائبون
طيب.
and الضالين and الذاكرين and الناس
الناس.
and الدين
Mm-hmm.
and السائحون and Al-Zalimin, and Az-Zujaja,
Zujaja.
and Ash-Shayatin,
Shayat.
and Al-Layl,
Layl.
and the like.
Mhm.
So it's a very easy chapter. Yani, you're going to learn this chapter without learning Tajweed anyway, just learning Arabic
Yeah.
in grade school. And the meaning of that line is be good by keeping in touch with your relatives. And by that, you will be victorious. Be a good guest to whoever honors you. Do not think ill of others and visit the honorable people so that they would do good for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's see that real quick. طيب يعني be طيب, so be
Mhm.
good. ثم sil rahma. Furthermore,
Mhm.
stay in touch with kinfolk.
Yeah.
تفوز, then you will be successful. ضف ذا نعم. ضف ذا نعم. Okay. Be a good guest. ضف. Be a
Mhm.
guest to, what do we say here? To who honors you. ذا نعم. Be a
Mhm.
guest, be a good guest to who honors you.
Mhm.
دع سوء الظن. Leave bad thought, meaning suspicion, the
Yeah.
forbidden suspicion. زر شريفا. Visit a noble one. للكرم.
Mhm.
So that he will be hospitable to you.
Yeah.
Visiting the noble ones, that's amongst the attributes of the good Muslims. They
Mhm.
like to visit the scholars and the pious.
No.
And amongst what is in the Quran of that is the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam when he went to go meet Al-Khadir.
Yep.
Because when Allah revealed to him that this pious, knowledgeable slave exists,
Mhm.
then he was desirous of meeting him because he is one of the people of knowledge and piety himself. That's their
Oh.
case.
Oh.
Mm, okay. According, typo there. Uh, according to Al-Jumzuriyyah, does your copy have that typo?
Mine's correct, Sheikh.
Okay. According to Al-Jumzuriyyah, should be another spot too. Okay. According to Al-Jumzuriyyah, the first lamb, which is the lamb necessary to be pronounced clearly,
Mhm.
pronounced as it originally is called Qamariyah,
Qamari.
which refers to the moon. And the second lamb, the one necessary to be merged into the next letter, is called Shamsiyah, which refers to the sun.
Mhm.
He said, وَاللَّامَ الْأُولَى سَمِّهَا قَمْرِيَّةً وَاللَّامُ الْأُخْرَى سَمِّهَا شَمْسِيَّةً. Remove the fatha from that meme there.
No.
Amriyah, to keep the beat.
Qamari. Mhm.
And also, we're going to remove this hamzatul qata'
Mhm.
and their hamzatul wasl. وَاللَّامَ الْأُولَى وَاللَّامَ الْأُخْرَى. Yeah, and she's there. Fath. Let me actually grab my copy. Hold on. Bismillah. Look here. Yeah. وَاللَّامُ الْأُولَى should be Dhamma.
ولا
Yeah, that's right. It makes sense too now that I remember the rule. And وَاللَّامُ الْأُخْرَى. وَاللَّامُ الْأُولَى سَمِّهَا قَمْرِيَّةً وَاللَّامُ الْأُخْرَى سَمِّهَا شَمْسِيَّةً. So he says, name the first lamb Qamariyah, but he said Qamriyah to keep the B. And name the other lamb Shamsiyah. They chose the word Qamar to describe one of those lambs, and the word Shams to describe the other, because the lamb of the word Al-Qamar is pronounced clearly with the qaf, and the lamb of Ash-Shams
Shams.
is merged into the sheen.
Okay.
They wanted an appropriate contrast, meaning, okay, there's 14 letters on one side, 14 letters on the other side, and we want to name them. What's a great name for these letters here? Is there something to complement the contrast between them? Something we can take from one side, something we can take from the other side, and those two things are contrasting each other? So they said, yes, there's the Shams on one side and the Qamar on the other side. Let's take those. So then they called one group the Huruf Shamsiyah and the other the Huruf Qamariyah. But as we are right now discussing, the author Al-Jumzuriyyah, he didn't name the letters Shamsiyah and Qamariyah, he named the lamb Shamsiyah or Qamariyah.
Okay.
They wanted an appropriate contrast, so when they selected a word from each group to represent the group, they found the Shams, the sun, in one group, and the Qamar, the moon, in the other. The dominion of one of them is the daytime, and the dominion of the other is the night. So it is as if they are opposites.
Yeah.
They differed in their terminology, the scholars, the Qurra, or the scholars of the language. So it was said that these names, Shamsiyah or Qamariyah, are for the letters themselves and not for the Lamb of El. And this is what we are upon. Yani, it's what we teach.
Right.
We're going to teach, let's say it's not a Tajweed lesson, it's just Arabic language. Then we're going to teach Al-Huruf al-Shamsiyah and Al-Huruf al-Qamariyah.
Right.
That's what we call them. And this is what Ibn al-Jazariyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, is upon. Yani, this is the terminology of Ibn al-Jazariyyah. He's the Imam.
Yeah.
Rahimahullah. The lamb of the verb. On the other hand, one absolutely must always clearly pronounce the lam sakina in the verb. Excuse me. One must always clearly pronounce the lam sakina in the verb, the fi'l, whether past tense or command or mudari', the present or future tense. Such a lam can come in the middle of or at the end of the past tense verb or at the end of the verb of command, except for what we are going to mention here.
Yep.
Al-Jumzuriyyah
Mhm.
mentions this rule among along with examples. So he says, وَأَظْهِرَنَّ لَامَ فِعْلٍ مُطْلَقًا في نحو قل نعم وقلنا والتقى.
Mhm.
Absolutely pronounce the lam of the verb clearly. وَأَظْهِرَنَّ يعني manifest. أظهر أظهرن. This should be kasra on the hat. Fatih is on the ra. Does your copy have fatha on the hat?
Yes, it does.
Okay. وأظهرن يعني manifest, and the noon here is nunu tawkid, so it's for emphasis.
Mhm.
Definitely manifest. Lam fi'lin, the lam of the verb. Mutlaqa, absolutely. Yani, with no exception. It's an absolute rule.
Mhm.
Fi nahwi, in the likes of. Yani, in the examples of. Qul na'am. So you see, there's a lam in front of the noon, but we're not merging the lam into the noon.
Mhm.
Though noon is itself a harf shamsi. In the likes of Qul Na'am wa Qulna, also same thing. Wal Taqa and Iltaqa. Though the lamb came before a tat, we pronounce the lamb.
Mhm.
Again, here are his examples.
Mhm.
First is the lamb falling at the end of the verb. Qul Na'am. One does not merge the lamb into the noon in this case, and then say Qun Na'am.
Mhm.
The second is the lam in the past tense verb, connecting from both sides, meaning falling in the middle. Qulna.
Mhm.
One must not say kunna.
Mhm.
And the third is a case of the command. Iltaqa.
They're cool.
Hakadha? That's a command? Oh, that's a command. Hold on. Alqi. Alqi. Yeah, that's not a command. That's a maldi. That's a blunder here. That's a blunder. That's an embarrassing blunder.
What does Al-Itqaan mean?
Iltaqa, he met, he encountered.
Yes.
Iltaqa, yaltaqi, he meets, he encounters.
Hmm.
Iltaqi, with just mere kasra, is going to be the command.
Right.
Yaltaqi, yes, iltaqi. So, the third is not a case of command. Allahu
Mhm.
Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So, the second is a lamb. So, let's see here. This right here, what I have in my hand, is the explanation of Al-Jumzuriyyah himself.
Oh, well.
So he wrote his metin, he wrote sharh for his own metin. He
Mhm.
says, وَأَظْهِرَنَّ لَامَ فِعْلٍ مُطْلَقًا في نحو قل نعم وقلنا والتقى. So I'll just translate directly. He says, I signaled by this line too
Mhm.
that the lam of the verb must be manifested mutlaqan, absolutely, meaning whether the verb were past tense or command or mudari'.
Yep.
وتلحق الماضي في آخره أو وسطه وفي آخر فعل الأمر. أوكي. كالأمثلة المذكورة في البيت لأن النون لم. وإنما أدغمت فيها لام تعريف كالنار والناس بكثرتها ومحل إظهارها إذا لم تقع قبل اللام نحو قل لا ولا راء نحو قرب فإن وقعت قبلهما أدغمت كما مر لام الفعل أوكي لام الفعل قلنا التقى المضارع يلتقطه ألم أقل إنك أن الأمر وألق ما في يمينك وتوكل على الله قل نعم okay so that's past tense here let's increase this Bismillah so the third is we're going to say also a case of the past. Iltaqa. One does not say ittaqa. Instead he must pronounce the lam from for the verb. He must pronounce the lam for the verb. Yani this lam of the verb he must pronounce it. An example for the mudari' is yaltaqit. يلتقطه بعض السيارة.
I've just realized in the book it doesn't say anything about a command. It just says one does not say ittiqa. Instead, one pronounces the lam for the verb.
Okay,
so
great.
I think corrected, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, they caught the mistake. That's good. Alhamdulillah. One does not say yattaqituhu because this is a verb here. Which means yaltaqituhu. They will pick him, like pluck him.
Right.
That's what the brothers of Yusuf said when they suggest. That's what Yahuda said. He's the one who suggested this. It was his idea because his brothers wanted to kill Yusuf. So he said, "Don't kill him. Throw him in a well." يَلْتَقِطُهُ بَعْضُ السَّيَّارَةِ. Then some of the caravans will come and pull him out. However, this lam of the verb might merge, which is when it comes before a lam or a ra. Like قُلَّ and وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. Which, this one, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا, say it after every prayer.
Inshallah.
Once, I don't know, if my memory serves me, I was like 19 years old or something. I went with some of the brothers to another state for a mawlid. I believe was Pakistani community in another state. And they had there someone. And I believe he was Muhammad Khair. He's a Turkish man.
Right.
And he is said to be wali. So I was just looking, like, I'm just looking at him from afar. Everybody's wiping on him, rubbing him, everything. So in my heart, and I'm not close to him, in my heart I said, I wonder if I would see anything that's a sign that he's a wali. Right there, he just looked right at me. But Allah knows best. That's not very, very strong sign, maybe.
Yeah.
So then, Yani, Allah knows best. I don't know. But everybody had so much respect for him. Before we left, I said to one of the brothers, because he didn't speak English, I said to one of the brothers, can you ask him what I can do to have a lot of knowledge? He said, so he told the brother to tell me, say, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا after every prayer.
Wow.
So I've been saying that dua ever since then. Maybe I never missed a day. Maybe I don't know if I missed a prayer doing it.
MashaAllah.
So I will suggest for any person to do it.
Inshallah.
So don't miss it. I say it 3 times.
MashaAllah.
Now there's the lamb of the name, the lamb in the name of Allah. Lamu lafzil jalala. Know that the lamb in the name of Allah is heavy if the lamb came in the beginning of the speech, such as Allahu la ilaha illahu. And two, if the lamb comes after a fatha or a dhamma. For example, وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. So I think really all this should not be bold. Just the lambs should be bold. That's where the focus is here. And here too, Bismillah. And also, Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. Yeah, it needs the U also. And this one needs the A with it. That is because the fatha and the dhamma are appropriate for the heaviness that exists in the majestic expression Allah. Don't think bold here, I mean capital. The lamb in the name of Allah is light. I like the big N for name of Allah. If it came after a kasrah, even if that kasrah is disconnected from the lamb or it's incidental, such as lillah. Here, everything is bold but the lambs because of the kasrah. Lillah and afillahi shak. Also, the lamb could be light if it comes before a big imala. And this occurs in the recitation of as-susi, according to one of the two ways of reciting it. Which I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm not sure. I don't remember how to do it well.
Okay.
And Allah knows best, and He is most wise.
Inshallah.